because of this condition. And so it's important to understand that not only sociologically they were left out and left aside, but psychologically they were impacted by their condition. I did a little bit of research and found out that leprosy, much like any other communicable disease, it can strike anybody at just about any time. And the thing about leprosy is that when it struck you, it caused your body to begin to turn against itself, breaking down your own immune system and causing you then to develop something on the outside that looks like boils or sores. And so those sores, they said, will continue for a very, very long time. You think herpes exposes you, but really leprosy was worse than herpes. And so that those who had it could not hide themselves. It was visible once you got it. And so you were confined to folks who are in similar situations like you. These leprous folks then had to learn how to fend for themselves. They could not be hugged by their family members. If they were married, they would have to detach themselves from family members and then make their way to the leper colony and say, I have what you have. They found sympathy and empathy among each other and learned how to live life less than what it was intended, simply because they had a condition. What was funny about this condition is that even it sometimes would run its course, but the most historians tell us that it could take years before it literally would run its course in their body. And so they were struck with never knowing when it's going to end. It's almost as though they had to get up every day and hope against hope. Anybody here ever had to hope against hope? Well, we use that phrase a lot in church, but what really does it mean? It means learning how to have hope to sustain you in the midst of a down season in your life. Have you ever gone through something that you don't know when it's going to end? And so every day you got to renew your hope for right where you are. Sometimes learning how to see what you see, but having hope against what you see. Have you ever gone through those patches in your life when you don't know why misfortune has fallen upon you and you didn't do anything wrong to attract it, but here it is in your life and you got to deal with the lot you've been dealt? Anybody in here like that? They have the same sort of feelings that you have. But when you're going through those seasons in your life, you got to learn how to stay the course. Somebody say, stay the course. Stay the course is easier said than done. If you don't stay the course, given your situation, your lot in life, your circumstances, you got to move beyond a pity party. Touch your neighbor and say, no pity parties for you. You got to get beyond feeling sorry for yourself. You got to learn how to hope against hope. Some of you are going through it right now, and the only thing that is keeping you is a conviction. The word conviction is defined as being able to maintain the course regardless of the circumstance. I said conviction is defined as being able to stay the course regardless of the condition. In other words, no matter what you're facing, you have a conviction to stay the course. They have to learn how to stay in the situation and hope against hope, knowing that their happiness may come one day, but it's going to be delayed. Have you ever had to put off your happiness, put off your dance, put off your shout, since I know a season will come when I'll be able to, but right now I gotta just stay the course. like them, who got a condition, an ailment, who have a weakness, an inconsistency that is consistent.